In focus ahead of the holiday season, travel demand. Bernstein out with a note today naming Airbnb a top stock pick for 2024, saying top line growth should accelerate. And it's sort of interesting here because the note acknowledges that we will see some moderation of travel trends here, but that basically that this company is still going to see accelerating growth even in the face of that.
Yeah, I mean, one, he sounds constructive on kind of travel overall. He's talking to his clients about, listen, the high-end consumer keeps spending. We've heard that from a lot of different analysts and economists. Two, he's banking on Asia continuing to recover, he says. And then kind of also limited hotel supply growth, he thinks, preserves that pricing power.
Right.
Yeah.
In particular, the emphasis here, even though he's sort of bullish-ish on travel, really that bullishness is centered within lodging specifically, that is going to be the area in part because of the supply-demand dynamics that you mentioned there that should help. And of course, it's not just about the U.S., the obligatory Taylor Swift mention in the note here with regard to European
Can't do a show
travel,
without it at this point.
that there's going to be a Taylor Swift tour that will support things there, as well as the Olympics, football championships, that there are events happening in Europe that should help the lodging sector in particular there. And he says even if the macro environment worsens, that again, lodging should still be the subsector within travel that holds up better.
And it's interesting, remember they reported earlier this month, Julie, and they report, it was kind of, the outlook was somewhat muted and soft relative to expectations, and the commentary around demand did sound kind of cautious. The key line from the company was that we're seeing greater volatility early in Q4 and are closely monitoring macroeconomic trends and geopolitical conflicts that may impact travel demand. But listen, bulls are willing to look through that.
Yeah, so a couple of the other calls that are part of this, a bigger call, Booking.com getting upgraded to a Outperform. And the analysts here, and the analysts, by the way, are led by Richard Clark here over at Bernstein, this team that wrote the note, acknowledges that they were late on this, that the stock has already had some decent upside, but they're still going with Outperform on this one. TripAdvisor going to an Outperform from the equivalent of a neutral rating at the firm. So those are the other calls that they're looking at and how the kind of lodging universe looks for the company.